Hey everybody, it's Luke from Pinnacle Fitness again, and I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about what we touched on earlier in the week in the last newsletter in regards to feeling younger, feeling more energized, feeling healthier. That being said, I look at it as kind of four components. Those four components are going to be the mental part of it, the physical, emotional, and kind of a chemical or like a nutrition side. Okay, so when we look at the mental aspect of it, especially in the times that we're living in right now, in terms of our schedules are off, our routines are different, our habits have changed, and unfortunately, some of those habits have changed for a long period of time, where they're starting to feel more like the norm. So we kind of want to look into that. So I love routines. I think in general, people feel more productive when they have a schedule. I think when I look at it, the book that I really like is The Perfect Day Formula. I forget who wrote it at the time, but it basically tells you if you win the morning, you win the day, more or less. So I've started in the past few months to write everything that I need to do for the next day in my planner, so that way I have kind of a set schedule and a set routine for me to kind of go about my business the next day. And I'm able to kind of check things off as I go. So I think in general, we find that we can be busy but not productive. And I think that's the biggest difference that I've noticed in terms of when I write in my planner and when I don't. Also, looking back from a mental aspect of what wins did I have and what things did I not do so well at. And at the end of the week, I can kind of look at that and kind of move forward in terms of what things I need to fix. So, um, on the emotional side of it, in the gym, we talk about finding things that you really like to do and doing more of those things that are positive for you. And that can be in the gym, it can be kids, it can be, we even have people that they like to play 10 or 15 minutes of video games every day. That kind of settles them down and kind of quells everything and gets them on the right foot. So you kind of find those emotional things that are good for you. Spending time with your kids. You know, when I come home each day, uh, my wife makes a really big point, and she did this ever since my first child, Patrick, was born. As soon as I walk in the door, she yells, "Daddy's home!" And obviously, when Patrick was really young, he didn't have a clue what that meant. But now he comes running over, and Madison, my latest, she's about 6 weeks old now. She Alicia does the same thing for her. So Patrick runs over, then I go see Madison. I see my wife Alicia, and it's one of those things that is kind of a highlight of the day, and that's an emotional release for me to have that kind of. I get home, it settles in. Okay, I feel good about it. In terms of exercise, we talk about here. Certain people like certain exercises. Some people like really doing abs. Some people like doing bench press. Some people like biceps. So at the end of a workout, like we have a workout plan for them, if that person's kind of emotional exercise that makes them feel good about themselves, like we'll try to incorporate that because we know A, it makes them feel good, it pleases them, and it kind of reaches their goal that they think that they want to get to. So they may not care as much about weight loss or whatever, but they want to hit certain exercises that they feel are going to help them reach a certain goal. And that's what we want to kind of take care of. So in the emotional side, find something that you enjoy, find something that you like, and continue to do it. Ideally, these things should be healthy for you. Uh, we talk about moving you in the right direction versus pulling you back. So think about things that are going to help you move forward. So um, another one is going to be physical. So we always talk about it as exercise because that's in our business. That's kind of what we deal with. But you know, it can be hiking. It can be any kind of activity. You know, we talk about movement. What we do well at Pinnacle Fitness is we teach people how to move. So once they start moving properly, then we can get them to move more. Once they move a little bit more in certain movements, then we kind of add complexity to those movements. Once the complexity is there and they're able to do it well, then maybe we add some more weight to it. So we want to continue to challenge you in terms of the physical side of it, in terms of exercises. We also think about outside of the gym in terms of just hiking, biking, um, getting outside and camping and all that kind of stuff. So things that are physical releases for you that exert energy. Because what happens is your body produces endorphins. Endorphins give you that kind of a rush. Some people get it like a runner's high. I was a shot put and discus thrower. I never got a runner's high. I was too large to run that far to get that runner's high. So I was much better at 40, 50, 60, 80 meter sprints. That was something that I did very well at, surprisingly enough. So to me, you find the thing that really works for you and that keeps you healthy and gives you that physical exertion, especially right now with COVID and not being able to be out and about as much and having more rules on where you can go and more restrictions and being inside, outside. So we want to make sure that we're able to hit that physical release for us. Okay. And the last one that we're going to talk about is kind of a chemical or like nutritional component. So that component is going to be diet. People always ask me what's the best diet, and honestly, they're all really good. As long as you follow them, you're probably going to lose weight, or you're probably going to get the goal that you want. The problem is we tend to want to tweak it to our lifestyle. So we want to change it so that it whatever diet it is, maybe it's a Mediterranean diet, or maybe it's just a straight Atkins diet, or like a very low carb. We're going to change it into, I'm going to eat just this carb because it's really not that much. Or we're going to try to change this over here, and I'm going to do keto, but I'm going to eat more carbohydrates. Well, now I'm eating a bunch of fat, and now I've added carbohydrates. So I've kind of thrown off that whole ketosis, and now I've just eaten carbs. So now I've eaten a lot of fat. So that's obviously not going to be conducive for weight loss in terms of getting your body healthy. So we want to make sure that we have some sort of structure with our physical part, with our diet and nutrition. This is one of the biggest things that will help you. Water intake. We always talk about it here, just from a physical component. Wet sponge, dry sponge. Muscles are pliable. Muscles move a lot better when they're moisturized. Okay, so when they have fluid in them. They're squishy, they're spongy, they don't tug on the tendons, they don't tug on the joint quite so much, so you have less aches and pains. Okay. We also talk about like multivitamins and getting your proper nutrients in. Most people have a hard time getting all that stuff in just strictly on food. So based on that, we want to think of how can we get it in and how can we absorb it. A lot of times there's issues with filler in supplements and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that you're taking some sort of clean supplement, clean multivitamin, anything to boost your immune system right now is going to be awesome. So that being said, some of the products that we use, we're actually doing free samples this week or this upcoming week. So if you want to pop into the gym, we have our new location in Scottsdale Ridge. So if you would like to come in and try a sample, you are more than welcome to. We have currently a cold and flu buster. This is going to have a ton of vitamin C. It has zinc. It has a lot of different things that will help boost your immune system, keep you healthy. It also, if for you guys that were born, or at least were around in the 70s and 80s, it tastes like Tang, which I always loved. So it's good for me. The other one that we're looking at is Vibe, and I talked about this in the last newsletter. It is a great multivitamin. It is a liquid delivery system, so it absorbs much, much faster into your body, and it actually gives you the nutrients that you need. It comes out in like a berry flavored. It's actually quite delicious because I know there's a lot of stuff out there that doesn't taste so good. So anyways, that's it for today. Remember, take care of your body, physical, mentally, emotionally, chemically / nutrition is what you want to look at. That will help you feeling energized, feeling younger, feeling great about yourself. So stay tuned. I hope to see you guys in the gym next week. And if you want to come and try some of these samples, we're offering free samples right at the front desk. You can come in and try them. So again, this is Luke with Pinnacle Fitness, building from the ground up. I'll see you soon, guys.